Hello class, it's Miss O, and today we're going to start going over the Junior Achievement Assignment Number 1, Paycheck Calculations. So when you're going through the Junior Achievement Nearpod and you get to the slide that says go to Canvas and complete JA assignment number 1 and submit it, that's when I want you to go back over here, click assignment number 1, and then read each question carefully and choose the best answer. You're going to be typing in the answers, so you need to make sure that you know how to do it correctly. So I will go through question number 1 with you, and you'll be able to then complete questions 2 and 3 on your own. Okay? So instead of doing it on here, because I like to do math on paper, I'm going to switch my view, and we're going to take a look. This is the same thing, it just comes from the Junior Achievement Workbook. So I'm going to use a pencil in case I make a mistake. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're looking again, after you've gone through the Junior Achievement Nearpod, you should be able to identify what net monthly income is. It's the amount of money that you make in a month after deductions have been taken out. And deductions are things like taxes, Social Security, and sometimes retirement investments, okay, anything that is taken out of your paycheck before it goes into your bank account. GAI stands for gross annual income, and GMI is gross monthly income. Now we're going to be looking not at the gross, which gross means all of it. We're going to be looking at the net. Okay, net is what you get to take home. That's take-home pay. All right, so let's go ahead and break this question down. Jamal works at the Recreation Center 15 hours a week during the school year. He earns $8.75 an hour. In a typical month, he works 63 hours. Calculate his monthly taxes below. All right, well, the first thing I need to do is figure out which of these numbers I need to calculate his gross monthly income, because that's the first blank. So I know that he makes $8.75 an hour. So if I know how many hours he works in a month, I can multiply his monthly hours times his hourly rate, and I'll get his gross monthly income. So he works 63 hours in a typical month at $8.75 an hour. I didn't even need the 15 hours a week. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and do these calculations. It is okay to use a calculator. The first thing that you're going to want to be able to do, all right, is multiply. So that's easy. You don't even need the calculator for that. 63 times 8.75 will give me the amount of money that he makes in a month. So that's $551.25. Now you want to make sure that you only have 2 digits after the decimal point, because we are talking about money. All right? So if you end up with a third number, you're going to round it. So let's take a look. This is the amount of money that he makes in a month. These are the deductions. This is what's going to come out of his paycheck before he gets to spend any money. So his monthly federal income tax is 10%. So there's a trick to finding the percentage. It's really easy to do. You just move it 2. So I always talk about it like this. All right? If it's 10%, I need to move my decimal point. Remember, I have an invisible decimal point there. I could have 10.5%. I could have 10.5% of something. So remember, if you have 10%, there's an invisible decimal point, 10.0, right? So I'm going to move my decimal point 2 places to the left, and I'm going to get rid of my percentage. So again, 10%, you see these two dots? I'm going to move my decimal point twice, put it there, and get rid of that. So 10% equals 0.1. All right, you could say 0.10, but there's no point in necessarily even having the 0. Okay, and you could say 0.10 if you wanted to, but really it's 10 cents, isn't it? So we're going to multiply the gross monthly income by 0.10. Okay? So 551.25 times 0.1 equals $55. And how many cents? That's the question, right? Well, it says 1, 2, 5. So I can't have 12.5 cents. So this 5 is going to make this 2 round up. If this number was under 5, it would stay the same. We just drop it. So we're going to round it up. So it's 55.13 cents. All right. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. It's 6.2%. So again, when I'm doing percentages, 6.2% becomes, move it to, fill in the 0, 0.062. All right, and 0.062 multiplied by, back up to that number. Every time we're going back to the gross monthly income. We're finding that percent of that number. So I put 0.062 times 551.25. And I get, ooh, how am I going to do that one? $34, and now that 5 would make that an 8. That 8 would make that 7 an 8. So we're going to round it up to $34.18. All right. Now let's continue in this vein. So I've got 1.45%. So let's do 1.45%. We're going to move it to, boop, fill in my 0, drop the percentage, so it's going to be 0.0145. And I'm going to multiply that times 551.25. So 0.0145, again, multiplied by that. 551.25 times 0.0145 equals, $7.99. That 3 is not high enough. It's not over 5, so it's not going to make the 9 round up. Otherwise, it'd be $8. But it's not. It's $7.99. Okay. Now the next one is 4%. So let's go ahead and look at what 4% would be. Okay. 4%. Move your decimal place twice. 0.04. Drop that. So it's 0.04 times our gross monthly income. Again, going to multiply it by that number. So 0.04 times 551.25. And that equals to $22.05. Notice that I am trying to line up my decimal places, and this will make it much easier for me to calculate it at the end. Got one more to do. It's 0.1% for our monthly local tax. So if you look at these taxes, federal income tax, you pay to the federal government. Everyone has to pay that. Okay, monthly Social Security, this is called FICA sometimes. This is the amount of money that you pay for Social Security through the government. This is a government-funded retirement program. Okay, monthly Medicare, this is low income and disabilities, people who are unable to work or unable to afford health care, and Medicare helps out with that. We all pay that for the greater good of the community. Then monthly state tax. In Florida, we don't have a state tax, or we're not charged local taxes the same way, okay? So we only pay federal income tax. So let's go ahead and calculate. This person, Jamal, has to pay monthly local tax too. So it's 0.1%. So again, 0.1%. It's easy to do. You just move it to, boop, there's my new decimal point. So I'm at 0.001. Okay, so 0.001, and one more time, times the gross monthly income. 0.001 times 551.25 is equal to 55 cents. Okay, so 0.55. Now the next thing says total monthly deductions. So make sure you don't add up all those decimal points, okay? Now you're going to add up this set of numbers, and that is going to go here for total monthly deductions. All right, so let's do that. So we've got 55 and 13 cents plus 34 and 18 cents plus $7.99 plus $22.05 plus 55 cents, and I'm gonna look at Jamal's getting $119.90. I have to add the zero in, remember, because we're talking about money. That's how much he has taken out of his paycheck. Those are his total monthly deductions. So now, to find his net monthly income, what do we have to do? We've got to take his gross income minus the deductions, and that will give us his net income. So you have, let me just write out the formula for you. Your gross monthly income minus your deductions is equal to your net monthly income. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. And deduction means to take it out, right? So we can remember this. So we're going to have $551.25 minus $119.90, and I'm going to end up, well, Jamal's going to end up with $431.35 at the end of the month. All right. So let's go ahead and go back to Canvas and take a look at how we're going to import this stuff into here. So we had gross monthly income. If we look at my paper, I had $551.25, right? And then I had my monthly federal income tax was 10%. So I'm just going to plug in the numbers that we had on the paper. Okay, that's why I think you should do it on paper. Write out your problem so that you can then put it into the computer. Makes it all easier when you visualize it and you write it out. The total Medicare was $7.99. The total monthly state tax was $22.05. Glad I don't have to pay state income tax here, but if I did, I wonder if that money would be spent on things that we need. And then the total monthly deductions was $119.90. Now make sure you put all your decimals in because it's money. And so you want to make sure that the system recognizes your answer correctly. And if that decimal point is in the wrong place, it means that your answer is wrong. So if you move that decimal point 1 over to the left, it'd be $11. If you moved it 1 over to the right, it'd be $1,100. So we need to make sure that we put them in the correct place. Jamal's net monthly income was $431.35. All right? So your job is to now work through this. If it's an annual salary, remember you need to divide an annual salary, which is a yearly salary, by 12. Divide that by 12 to get the monthly income. Okay, and then continue to do the same process we used for problem number 1 to find the rest of the answers. And again, the annual salary divided by 12 will give you your gross monthly income. All right? Good luck. You can do it.